As a long MOBA and MMORPG player, this is not how you design a good action combat game.
Oh, hello there!
Ja, itak, no, kako že. Fucking great sword balance tega. Now, the biggest issue of New World is the fact that the game has so much potential, but the devs are simply not using it. And it reminds me of a game Smite. You know, that game had one of the best action combat, one of the best social system, but Harris never really listened to the community. You know, and we have this, you know, we have such an amazing sound effect, we have such an amazing environment, but we have no world live events. The PvP missions don't reward shards. We only have one outpost rush map and no cross server queue. You cannot level up weapons in outpost rush, you know. There is so much missing opportunity, and the balance is questionable at max. You know, it's like, dude, the balance could be so much better. Like, fire stuff is underwhelming, greatsword is overpowered, we all know that. You know, the melee meta, you know, they added one of the worst updates I have seen in years of gaming. This is one of the worst game design I ever see. Slow on every melee hit. How broken is that? Like, slow is one of the strongest crowd control in MMORPG and MOBA games, because if you are slowed, you cannot escape, you cannot juke. And this is a big issue, big balancing issues, you know. And the late game content is basically, you know, I like having something to grind forward, you know, so you keep coming back. But late game feels just like, you know, you do the same dungeons on a repeat, like all the time, and there is no gear management, no company treasury log. You know, things like that are missing from the game, you know, but I have high hopes, you know, I think they can fix this, and the game has so much potential, you know. And you know, the Reddit is a good place when you can get a lot of feedback. You just have to listen to and have open mind and consider both sides of the story. And this is what a good moderator should do, you know. Try to consider both sides of the coin, you know. And you know, and they need to realize that PvP is a huge part why people like New World, why people grind and do PvE, because they wanna try these epic items in PvP and have fun against other players. And competitive spirit is a big, you know, is very important factor, and fun, you know. But yeah, I have, you know, high hopes, and also I also hope that they would make weapons, you know, they would actually make a classless game where you can combine all the weapons. But currently the, you know, convert mage gems are underwhelming. You cannot combine strength and dexterity weapons, you know, without losing so much HP, and you know, things like that. This is one of the worst updates we ever had for New World, and this is why the game is going in the wrong direction. These are the wrong game decision that New World Studio has been making. Getting slowed on a melee hit if you wear light armor. Like, it's not like the game is not already way too much in the favor of the melee. You know, the basic attacks literally follow your opponent. You have this new greatsword that has everything: slow, staggers, roots, CC immunity, heavy attacks fast as light attacks, and now we also have this. Okay, as a long MOBA and MMORPG player, This is not how you design a good action combat game. And they're also gonna add a slow to a new weapon, blunderbuss, how it's called, to blunderbuss. They're gonna add 5 to 10 seconds slow. Like, slow is one of the most underrated and one of the best crowd control in gaming. Because if you are slowed, you cannot juke, you cannot escape melee combat. And this is one of the worst updates for New World we ever had. And this is something new they added a few patches ago, you know? For 1.5 seconds after taking a melee hit, dodge distance is reduced by 20% and you cannot run. So you are literally perma-slowed if you get hit by a melee hit. How stupid is that? How stupid is that, man? Seriously. And this is for light, medium and heavy armor, it doesn't even matter. This game has so many unbalancing issues, you know. You cannot level up weapons in Outpost Rush. We only have one Outpost Rush map. The game is so badly optimized, it literally overheats so many computers. There are so many balancing issues, you know. Like, this is not how you design a good action combat game, and this is one of the worst updates for New World we ever had. You are literally perma-slowed if you get hit by a melee hit, no matter what light, medium or heavy gear you have. And this is the death of PvP. This is how you ruin your own game. These are one of the worst balancing and gaming decisions we ever had. And they call this game a good action combat game. But the balance is way too favorable to melee combat. You know? If they don't remove this, the game will never be a good action combat game. There's so many complaining how the game is way too unbalanced when it comes to melee combat and melee weapons. But now they also add this. Why? Fire staff is underrated. Archers are so hard. Playing bow is so hard because you cannot hit people. The hitbox are so bad. The machete is getting nerfs. Fire staff doing 2.5 crit if you are lucky. Meanwhile, greatsword are doing 5 or 6,000. And they have infinite stamina, they have slows, they have staggers, they have CC immunity. Come on, man. Seriously. Smite will be the best action combat game out there, but we still don't have ranked leaderboard and rewards for Arena, because most MOBA studios, they only care about Dota or Conquest players, and that's why Arena is such a huge open niche, and it's really great that they added Arena in New World, but we also need ranked leaderboards, ranked rewards, so people actually have initiative to play it, you know, or leveling up weapons in Outpost Rush.